For this one, we're going to first do the background and then the midground and then the foreground which is the closest to us. So let's go ahead and do a uh, the sky, and I want to show you guys um, what the sky could look like. So here I placed a blue, and as you noticed, you have a blue, black, green, red, and white. And so they're just basic colors, and there's five of them, and this is what we're going to use today. So let's go ahead and add white. Just have fun with this. It's really just a very, very fun painting for Christmas. Now, the reason that we are doing this, first of all, is for families who just, want to spend some time together. Like, mom, if I'm talking to you, if you have kids who love art and you want to paint with them, this would be a really cool way to do it. I want to show you guys some things that I've learned um, through the years as far as art skill is concerned. But it's also a really good time to just spend some time with the kids and create some cool memories together. So this is as far as I want to go, maybe halfway here, right? You can draw lines if you want to, but notice how I'm doing this, and notice how I'm just creating brush strokes. See it? And and this is all interesting to me right here, all the lines, because a lot of times we like to make it flat, don't we? We love to have some kind of flat, realistic type of look. But if you truly want to just have fun and don't have to worry about details and skills and all that stuff, well, this is what it's all about. This is why we're here together, just to spend some time together. I've always loved art ever since I could remember. So why am I putting black on this? Well, it's winter scene, so it's very cold. All right, so just a little bit more, a little bit of blue. Now we have that grayish looking winter scene, right? And you guys, you don't have to go as dark as I'm doing. You can go lighter if you want to, but remember, I don't want you guys to have the same look of picture that I do. I want you guys to have your own style, to have your own way of creating this painting. All right. So just have fun. Don't worry about details. Don't worry about how good or how your painting looks. Because right now everything here is just having fun. Okay. Then we take this. This is white. We're going to create our snow, right? And remember, I told you guys that we're going to do the background first. So this is the background. We've kind of established the sky. The snow, notice, even though it's white, it's not quite white, okay, because the reflection of the sky. Now you can use any color. Yeah, I mean you can use any blue. I'm creating the sky, okay? And it's still pretty wet. So actually this technique is called wet on wet, basically, because we're still painting on wet canvas. And hopefully you can finish this in like less than 30 minutes. It shouldn't be too difficult. Now, so let's create some trees. You can call them redwood trees, pine trees, Christmas trees. So here's what I'd like for you guys to do. Go ahead and mix the green and the black. So why are we mixing the green and the black together? What is this about? Well, this is the inside of the Christmas tree. Look, if we're gonna make a Christmas tree here, so for example, let's go ahead and draw this. Some of you like to sketch your painting. That's fine. Now fill this in. All right. This just gives us the idea that this work we were going to have where we're going to have our Christmas tree. Okay, it's a little dark there, but I'm going to fill it in with green. Well, this will give us some dark green. Okay, so if you're going to go that route, that's fine. All right, now I can make another one here, except this time, check this out. I'm not going to use a sketch. I'm just going to easily and lightly dab this particular Christmas tree or redwood tree or pine tree, whatever you want to call it. Okay, so look how look at on this side. See how it mixed with the white, and you barely can see it. That's the kind of look we're looking for. And we can do another one here. Check this out. Okay. Almost like far away Christmas tree. Like they're a lot further. And there's a term that I'd like for you guys to remember. It's called atmospheric perspective. Look it up. It's basically an atmospheric perspective is when you're looking far away, the object tend to turn bluish, grayish color, and you can barely see it lightly. Now, I think we could use more here. You know, since we're on a roll here, let's go ahead and do some more of these. We are now in the stage of the midground because we did paint the background, and that consists of the blue and the white and the snow and all that stuff. Okay, now I hope I'm making sense here, you guys. This is just a very easy type of painting. Now, remember I told you guys, you remember earlier we sketched this out? Well, I'm going to go ahead and just give it a little bit of a life here, okay? Which means, look, I'm going back and forth this. I'm in side to side. See that? Parents, if you are painting with your kids, remember when you're doing this, be careful when they go back and forth really hard because a lot of times kids tend to have, you know, tend to go crazy with the paint, and then just be very careful so it doesn't get all over the place. Okay, so this is basically the idea here is knowing where your Christmas trees are going to be, and the idea is that this uh, particular color is the thing underneath your trees. All right, because we're going to add a lot more stuff here. All right, so now we've established where these are going to be. Let's go ahead and start detailing these things. So let's detail them. And this time I'm going to use just the pure green. And watch what I'm going to do. This is called highlighting it. So basically, I'm giving it a highlight, but you can still see the darkness behind, right? See that? So you have the gray green, almost like dark green, right? And you have this fresh looking green. And I don't know how this is looking where you guys are at, but on mine, it's looking pretty bright. And then over here too, we can create a little bit. Now these aren't so close, right? So you don't see a lot of detail, just a little bit. Just a little bit. When something is not so close to you, you just put a little bit of brightness or detail or texture. That would indicate that it's not as important as these, and it's not as close as this one right here. Later on, we are going to put a maybe even a snowman here, and you will see I'll be using thick white or white paint because it's the closest one here. So here's another one. As you can see it, you can barely see it. We can even put later on a, what is that? Snowflakes coming down. All right, so now we're not done yet with those. Remember, we had the what is this? The darker underneath this green. Now we need to highlight this green even more. So what do we do? Let's pretend that these pine trees have snow in them. So let's do this real quick. See if I can just wash my paintbrush. All right, and then let me go ahead and take some white. Okay, now I told you guys that the snow, it's not going to be quite like, it's not going to be pure white. In fact, I would like to add a little bit of green, dark green here. There you go, just dark green. I don't know if you guys can see that on camera. See that? Really, it's in fact, I probably didn't need to wash my paintbrush, but here we go. I'm just going all over the place with this, okay? If you want thicker snow, you can. Okay. I can also, I'm going to put this down, but I will also use I'm going to use this fine brush. It's very tiny, so it will give me an even tiny, if I was going to create some little leaves with just a little bit of snow, this paintbrush would work perfect. Okay, so as you can see, they all have a little bit of snow in them. There we go, far away, just a little bit, not too much. Just a hint that there was snow last night, and it got onto these trees. So just a little bit, okay? Look at that, just to indicate that something happened last night, and maybe later on we can even put some snowflakes coming down from the sky. All right, so look at that. See, I'm quickly doing this. All right, so there we go. So now let's go ahead and do something here. This is the snow, but now we need to define it. Okay, this is where I need you guys to please pay attention here. So we did the background, and then we did the midground, and now we're going to do the foreground. The foreground, which is the snow and maybe a snowman here. So how do we do this? without ruining our picture. Okay, first of all, um, because it is the foreground, I'm going to use this big brush. I'm going to pretend, see that, thick, okay? This is just from my imagination here. And you can do the same thing, guys. Create your own painting. Um, Imagine that you're playing in the snow, and you and your family are playing, and now um, you're painting your memories. So look how I left certain spot that have blue, right? And the reason I did that is just to indicate that the snow is pretty thick. Look at this. Look at the white. It's pretty thick, right? Look at that. Look. Okay. Now, why in the world am I making this so thick? Because I'm giving you um, details. And when we detail something, we put lots of paint. Okay, lots of paint, and we are telling the viewer that this is the closest to you. Okay, I can even just put a little bit here. Now, I said this one here, this three here is the closest to us. So you can actually put, if you want, you can put a little more thick paint there. See that? But just a hint of it. Okay. If you compare all these trees, this one have the most uh, what is that? Detailed um, texture. See that? All right. So now our last one is going to be the snowman. And a lot of things can happen here, right? So if we put, I'm going to put the snowman right here. I'm going to make him. Give it like just a hint. I'm going to create a thicker paint. I'm going to put a thicker paint on the head. Okay. And then you have to decide where your light source is coming from. So I'm going to say that the light source is coming from this side. So, I mean, now we can go either left or right. But in this case, let's go ahead and let's just say that the um, light is coming from the left on this end, which means that it's shining through. So what I'd like to do is create, yeah, and then watch this everything here is it's casting shadow. You see that? I almost created a cube. I mean, like a sphere, a circle, right? But the trick here is that you keep this side lighter because it makes sense. Everything here is dark. Light's coming here, so that's the idea. And then we create another one here. Notice how the way I'm holding my paintbrush. You guys, I'm just used to holding it this way. Maybe some of you would want to hold it like this. That's fine too. Okay. So the black and blue is what I'm using for the dark, or for the shadow. Okay, so we'll pretend there's another one here. So I'm doing it. I'm just having fun, you guys. And don't worry too much about being so perfect and being so precise on your snowman. All right. Let's just have fun. Okay. Now I'm going to take this tiny paintbrush. I'm going to detail our snowman, and I'm going to make it a little bit more um, three-dimensional. So, okay, I'll do same thing over here. And just a little touch over here. Remember, everything is coming, the light is coming from the left, from this side. So everything here is dark. And the same thing with this. Okay. All right. There you go. You have your snowman now. It's just a matter of detailing this thing. So first, let's create a hat. All right, guys, don't make fun of my hat. Let's see here. This will require thick. All right. Yeah, you make your hat however, okay? This just okay, so let's do a little red. All right. And then let's create mm, the eyes. This is gonna be tricky because now I have to because the paint is thick. Okay. Okay. Now then let's go ahead and make them smile. So we'll probably like, I don't know, just maybe one, two, three, four, five. Okay. Uh, okay, so what I'm using here is I'm creating some kind of a grayish looking wood because I don't have brown, so I created a brown, which you mix the red and the green, you get brown. So now I'm going to give our friend here three belly but I mean button. Let's see. One, two, three, maybe four. All right. Oh, I think we can also use a scarf here. Let's see. So, guys, watch this. Don't get too like detail or precise. Look, this is enough. Okay, and maybe one scarf flying. All right. So that's it. And that's basically what you do. And if you can see that, and if you want to, you know, spend more time detailing it, you can. Um, there is a way you can put like a snowflake. So just take that simple white and just dab. Another thing that I think would be cool, because this is the because we said that the light source is coming from there. So I think it might be appropriate if we put some kind of darkness or some kind of uh, shadow casting down, right? Right, like maybe just a little bit. Okay, maybe a little bit here, and maybe a little bit here, and that's what those Christmas tree are doing. Okay, so that looks, and then even the snow here, casting down shadow. Okay. All right. I hope you guys like it. God bless you, and thank you so much for watching.